Hello everyone, I'm sure there's a much more elegant way to do this, but I've already tried once and I messed it up. So now we're just going to get the messy version. In a live stream, I talked about a macro that I put on Audacity that helps my audio sound better. This is a template that I got from 242, who got it from AstheRavenDreams. All a macro is it's just a process that lines up a bunch of different effects and just has them play back to back to back, just to make it easier for you. You could go and do things individually, but it tends to be a bit faster this way. Okay, so first, in order to do anything, we need a little bit of audio. And be sure to leave a little bit of silence at the beginning or the end, just so that we'll be able to capture it. First, before we do anything to the audio, we want noise reduction. What noise reduction does is basically it captures a snippet of the background noise and then it eliminates it from the entire file. And that's why we need a longer stretch of silence here. So this little static here, that's just the background noise, the ambient noise in the room. Go to Effect, Noise Reduction, get Noise Profile, and then you want to click off of that. And you can either press Control A, or you can select over here just to select the entire track. Go to Effect, Noise Reduction, don't change any of this, press OK, gets rid of all the background noise. Now you'll still see like little snippets here and there, but we're going to work on those in a second. Now, the macro that we want to make, it would be first we'd have to go to Tools, go into Macros, and this is what I'll be showing you how to make today. This will help make your audio sound better. It'll get rid of a lot of the breaths and a lot of the clicks. It won't get rid of absolutely everything. There may still be a stray click here or there, but overall, it does a pretty good of making everything sound about even in terms of volume levels, and it gets rid of most of the breath sounds, except for the particularly loud ones. All right, so first you want to click New. The name of the macro doesn't matter. You can make it whatever you want. As you see, I named mine whatever you would like, because that's what 42 told me to put in, literally, because I am hilarious. You can name it something like Macro Tutorial, because I am super duper creative. And now we have our new macro, but there aren't any effects in it, so it's pretty much useless to us at this moment. So we want to start putting some effects in there, just so we can have it actually do something for us. So the first thing we want to add is actually going to be called a noise gate. Now, AstheRavenDreams did let me know that some people have the issue where when they try to use noise gate, that the noise gate function isn't actually in Audacity. Apparently it's some sort of oversight. So if you do try to add noise gate and it doesn't end up actually doing anything for you, that means you just need to find the plugin and download it and then put it into your plugin folder. The place you can download it is, you just go to the Audacity site, audacityteam.org. Then go to Download, Plugins, scroll down here to Nyquist Plugins, just click on here. Now if I'm going too fast or you're not sure how to install these plugins, the instructions are here for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You should be able to follow them just easily here. I'll just very quickly go into it here. And you can just pause the video and read it here, or you can just go to the website yourself. Go in here. Under Effect Plugin Downloads, Dynamics Processing, Noise Gate. And then just click Download here. And it'll download noisegate.ny. And then put it in your plugins folder. Just follow the instructions on how to install it. Most people will not have that problem. Most people will have noise gate and it will function just fine. Okay, so insert, just find noise gate. Okay, and double click on it. So all the parameters are already what they're supposed to be. So you just want this to say gate, link stereo tracks, apply low cut filter, no. Gate frequencies above kilohertz, leave it at 0. Level of reduction, make sure that's at -12. Make sure the gate threshold is at -35. And the attack decay is at 198. Basically what a noise gate does is it makes anything below a certain decibel level, it basically just takes it out of the audio. So all these little clicks and beeps and blops here, it's going to get rid of all that because it's all below a certain decibel threshold. All right, and next we want filter curve. Basically what that does is it changes the audio very slightly to match certain frequencies. In this case, it's going to make us sound a little bit more bassy. Also, whenever you're adding, make sure that you have end selected so that when you insert, it becomes the next effect in the chain, because we want all of these done in a particular order. If the order is wrong, it could mess everything up. Okay, so insert, go over to filter curve, click OK, double click it. Now, this might be in some other random formation. This is basically what it's going to look like in the end. But for now, whatever formation it's in, just click flatten. Put a dot at 90. Then also put a dot at 500, like 90 hertz right here, 500 hertz here, and put another dot at 10,000 hertz over here. And basically all we're going to do is increase this to 6. And that's about it. That's all we're really going to do. And just go down to manage, save preset, preset name. It doesn't really matter what you name it. You can name it doohickey. There you go. Click OK. There's your parameters in there for you. All lined up and good. All right, now click end again, just to make sure it becomes next. We're going to be inserting another filter curve, but this one, we're not going to have to do anything to it. Basically, just go over to filter curve. Double click on it. Go down to manage. And then go to factory presets and go to low roll off for speech. This one is just automatically in there. It's made specifically for voiceover. Now I believe this is what's responsible for getting rid of the breath sounds. I am not an audio tech expert. I am just regurgitating things that have been told to me. So boom, put that there. All right, we're three effects in. Everybody getting excited? I know I'm pretty excited right now. And for our fourth event, we want the compressor. What the compressor does is it makes the quiet sounds louder, it makes the louder sounds quieter, so that everything is about the same level of volume, which is good because we don't like when some things are too loud or some things are too quiet. It messes up the audio. So just press OK. Double click on compressor. Okay, so make sure that the threshold is set to negative 21 decibels, that the noise floor is at minus 40 decibels, that the ratio is 5:1, that the attack time is 0.1 seconds, and the release time is 1 second. And what the attack time and release time are basically just how quickly the effect takes place on that particular piece of audio. And make sure that makeup gain for 0 decibel, that's for compressing, is checked, and also that the compress based on peaks is also checked. And once you have all that set in there, just press OK. Make sure end is clicked, and we want to just do noise gate again. The two filter curves and compressor is going to expand upon any sounds. So if there are any like leftover stray bits of sound, it'll like expand upon them and you'll get more little bits of clicks. This is basically just a second run through just to get anything else that's left over. Then after that, you want to go to normalize. Now you shouldn't really have to touch the effects for normalize, but just in case, just make sure that this is clicked. Make sure that this is minus 3 decibels. And make sure that this is unclicked. And press OK. Click end again. We're almost at the end here. Lastly, we're going to want to add the limiter. And what the limiter does is it basically sets a threshold for how high the audio can go, and it will not allow any audio to go above that. And that's good because it makes sure that there won't be any clipping. Clipping in the audio is basically when it gets way too loud and it starts sounding really bad, and you don't really want to hear that. It usually starts to sound distorted and muffled. All right, so make sure that this is set to soft limit. and that the input gain for left and right is both down at 0. Limit to -4 decibels, and the hold time at 10 milliseconds. Apply makeup gain, just set that to no, and click OK. All right, so we have all our effects here, and just press OK. Now, when you want to apply your macro, same idea as before. Either press Control A or press Select just to select the entire track. Go to Tools, Apply Macro, and then the macro will be listed around here. Now, I called mine Macro Tutorial because I'm boring. All right, just click on that. If it's a longer file, it'll show on the screen all the different processes that's doing. Because this is such a short file, it happened pretty much instantly. But if it's like a 20-minute clip, then it's just gonna show little boxes saying, oh, we're now doing filter curve, and now we're doing compressor. So now you'll see that there's a lot less clicks. There's still like some initial ones here, but those are probably just particularly loud ones. And you'll notice that all the curves are pretty much even. So when we listen to it, there shouldn't be as much clipping. So just for comparison's sake, let's just listen to this here. This is the audio that I'm using for the video. It is happening right now. And be sure to leave a little bit of silence at the beginning or the end, just so that we'll be able to capture it. All right, so there's a bit of clicking, a loud breath sound here, and there's some clipping happening here. Overall, this isn't a very long file, so it's not super bad, but we want to brush it up a little. Tools, Apply Macro, to Macro Tutorial, and it gets rid of pretty much all the little dots there for you. Re-listen to it again. This is the audio that I'm using for the video. It is happening right now. And be sure to leave a little bit of silence at the beginning or the end, just so that we'll be able to capture it. So, very much improved. The things like the huge breath sounds, it's not going to get rid of those. It's going to get rid of the quieter ones. And these are particularly loud clicks, and that's why I didn't get rid of those. And those can really be getting rid of easily just by highlighting them and then by pressing Control L, which just automatically just silences whatever's inside it. And this is usually what I do, Control L. And you can tell I can tell that that's a breath. Subtract. And these two bits are too far apart. So now it sounds like this. This is the audio that I'm using for the video. It is happening right now. And be sure to leave a little bit of silence at the beginning or the end, just so that we'll be able to capture it. And that's everything. I really hope that you guys find this helpful and that it'll make your audio sound at least a little bit better. Really play around with it until you find something that you really like. This is just a good starting point. Again, AstheRavenDreams was the original person that had this. I am just the filthy pleb that took it from the person who took it from him. I'm several rungs down. If you have any questions, you can either direct them to me, or if you want actually good answers to your questions, direct them to AstheRavenDreams. All right, thank you all for listening. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this and spend like 800 hours editing this because I made a lot of mistakes. Okay, take care.